everyone. So today we'll be starting with a very important topic of medicinal chemistry, that is antipsychotics. Now antipsychotics are also called as major tranquilizers or neuroleptics. These are primarily used in the treatment of schizophrenia but can also be used in the treatment of psychosis or various abnormal states such as your manic states, paranoia, hallucinations, delusions, etc. These act by producing specific sedative effects that help in calming the behavior in psychotic patients. These have stronger effect on the central nervous system, but they are not CNS depressants. These drugs are the antagonist of dopamine and dopaminomimetics. That means it acts by blocking the dopamine receptors. Okay, let's study its mechanism of action. Now, antipsychotic drugs competitively bind to the dopamine receptors and block the action of dopamine and corresponding receptors, that is D1, D2, D3 sites, and hence lower the psychotic activity. These agents have the ability to change the behavior and also other central and peripheral effects. Let's see about the very important classification. Antipsychotics can be classified as phenothiazines. In phenothiazines, you have long-acting rin analog, or phenothiazines can also be classified as aliphatic side chain, wherein you have chlorpromazine and trifluoropromazine. Then it can be classified as piperidine or piperazine. Okay, so in long-acting, you have flufenazine and perfenazine. These are the piperazine ring classification, that is initiates the esteric formulations. Then benzazepine derivatives, you have chlorprothiazine and thiothixine. These are the thiazinates. Okay. Then we have dibenzapine, clozapine and dozapine. Dibenzoxapines, may you have loxapine and amoxapine. Then chlorpromazine is a very important, and chlorpromazine and risperidone, these were the two drugs which were initially used or the first discovered drugs in the treatment of schizophrenia. Then we have butyphenols, haloperidol, bromperidol, you have trifluoperidol or meperidine. Then you have benzamide derivatives, metoclopramide, sulfuride, remoxapride. Okay, and then you have benzoxazole and benzoisothiazole, risperidone and ziprasidone. Then you have dihydroindole derivatives, molidone and miscellaneous, aripiprazole and serotinol. You should at least remember one drugs each. Now let's see the major part of the topic, that is classification of phenothiazine. As I said, phenothiazine can be classified on the substitution at the end ring. Okay, substitution at the end ring means if this is your phenothiazine ring, the substitution will be here. So on based of that N10 position, we have phenothiazine with aliphatic side chain. Examples, you have chlorpromazine, promazine, trifluoropromazine. Then piperazine derivatives, you have acetophenazone, flufenazine, perfenazine, trifluoroperazine, and then you have piperidine, you have mesoridazine and thioridazine. Now let's study about the SAR. So in SAR of phenothiazine, this is the basic skeleton structure of phenothiazine, wherein the numbering starts from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now in this, generally the substitutions are made at the 10th and the second position, that is the carbon 2 and the carbon 10 position, and the unsubstituted phenothiazine. Now this is the unsubstituted phenothiazine, so it has no activity but has a good lipophilicity for the brain penetration. and substitution at C2 and C10 is generally required for the activity. Now, this C2 must have an electron withdrawing group, and to that the terminal amino must be present. What is terminal amino? That is, the terminal amino must be present, which is used. Okay, I'll just show you the third point. Okay, so the C2 carbon, that is, which is the C2 carbon, this is the C2 position, must have an electron withdrawing group such as halogens, and the terminal amino substituent, this terminal amino substituent at the 10th position, this is the 10th position, must have a phenothiazine ring. So the substitution can be, it can be the piperazine, it can be the piperidine or aliphatic side chain. Now here we are having aliphatic side chain. Here we are having piperazine structure, right? You can see this is a piperazine ring. This is the aliphatic side chain. So that is what it's saying ki N terminal position of phenothiazine ring should have either piperazine, piperidine or aliphatic side chain. Example, chlorpromazine and procorparazine. The fourth position of the piperazine ring system substituted by 2-hydroxymethyl group to give drugs with longer duration of action, perfenazine and flufenazine. Now here the drug, the fourth position, okay, the fourth position, that is the fourth position of the piperazine ring. What is the fourth position? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is the fourth. Now this is the fourth position of the phenothiazine ring, but it is telling the fourth position of the piperazine ring. So this is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a piperazine ring. So the piperazine ring system should be substituted with 2-hydroxymethyl group to give drugs with a longer duration of action. I hope you are understanding the difference. This is telling about the fourth position of the piperazine ring. So this is a piperazine ring at the terminal amino substitution, and if it is telling of phenothiazine, then this is the fourth position. So fourth position should have a 2-hydroxymethyl group to give the longer duration of action. Examples are perfenazine and flufenazine. How to classify? Now if this second position has a halogen is chloride, then it is perfenazine. If it is having CF3, then it is flufenazine. Then the linear alkyl chain linker between the core ring and the terminal amino ring must have 3 methylene units, okay, and reduction in this 3 carbon may reduce the activity. What is this saying कि जो भी लीनियर चेन का लिंकर है उसमें एटलीस्ट 3, that is n प्रोपाइल होना चाहिए मिथिलीन ग्रुप्स. If it is not present in the phenothiazine ring, it reduces the activity. Okay, at n10th position the terminal amino, this is the 10th position, at n10th position the terminal amino substituent should be a part of piperidine ring. Now this is the piperidine ring, can be a methyl thio, that is CH2S, or its oxidized form CH3SO. Example, thioridazine and mesoridazine. That means if the at n10 position, if there is a substitution of piperidine nucleus, then at C2 position, if it is CH3S, that is methyl thio, then it is thioridazine, and if it is SO oxidized form, then it is mesoridazine. At 10th position, double bond NCH2 can be replaced isosterically by ethylene group to form various thioxanthines. These are more potent than the parent drug. That means it is saying कि जो ये terminal position है R, ठीक है, ये जो ethylene group है, this is isosterically replaced by ethylene group to form various thioxanthides, okay, xanthines which are more potent than the parent drug. So this R can see NCH3CH3, and this, if X has chloride, then it is chlorprothixene, and if this R has a piperidine nucleus and X is SO2NCH3 twice, then it is thiothixane. Now let's study about the few drugs in the second part of the video. Until then, any doubts, please comment below. Thank you.